Ex-Google CEO Schmidt urges U.S. Army to replace tanks with drones. Vinny, I'm going to come to you first with this one here. Replace tanks with drones. Why would they want to do something like that? This Eric Schmidt's a pretty smart guy. So former Google CEO Eric Schmidt urges U.S. military to replace useless tanks with AI-powered drones, telling the Future Investment Initiative, give them away, buy a drone instead, citing the effectiveness of inexpensive drones. Rob, do you have the video of this or no?
No, let me see if I can find it.
Okay, if you can, that'd be great. Inexpensive drones in Ukraine, where a $5,000 drone can destroy a $5 million tank. Very good perspective. Schmidt, founder of a startup building autonomous kamikaze drones for Ukraine, argued that falling costs of autonomous technology means the drone war will get rid of eventually tanks, artillery, and mortars. Despite rapid innovation in Ukraine and Russia's drone tactics, Schmidt said Western military systems are precisely wrong for this kind of a scenario and slow to adapt. Vinny.
I mean, this is the future, isn't it, Pat? I mean, you were what was your thing? You fixed Hummers.
I fixed Hummers.
Okay,
Yeah.
One of my boys was a tank mechanic, and it's like, I mean, this is the future, Pat. We see. I don't know if you guys. I know me and Rob are these people. Like on my feed on X, you just keep seeing these drone attacks going after people, pinpointing people. Rob, are they Ukrainian? I don't want to show them, but Ukrainian or Russian. And it's like that. It makes way more sense. You know the maintenance with the tank and here and the noise and everything. These drones are basically silent until they come and they attack. If it's safe, and I hate to be saying this, but I mean, it's a way cheaper, faster, like discreet method of killing people. I think that's the future. On top of that, which you Tom, when it comes into the soldiers, all the robots that Elon and all these guys are making, are designing. That's the future. That's that art-to-like war that that guy, the transcendent man, the people that were debating him were saying that's the future and how scary it is. I think tactic-wise, it's brilliant, but I mean, it is scary as hell that we're not going to have any tanks. We're not going to have any soldiers. It's all going to be robots.
Well, there was no tanks that rolled into Lebanon when Israel knocked off a couple commanders over the last 2 weeks, right? Yeah. That was the drone went in.
Drone? You saw
and then
the
they
video
sent the reconnaissance drone in with the camera to see how the guy was doing, and he was still sitting in the chair.
Well, now that was in Gaza with Yahya Sinwar, but I see what you're saying.
But still, there's no
That's
troops on the
drones
ground.
instead of
troops and people. Yeah, because in those tanks are human beings. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's going to be less. Listen, to me, it's any less American soldiers in harm's way. But I'm anti-war.
Ultimately, I think what he's saying is the famous Wayne Gretzky quote: "Don't skate to where the puck is, skate to where it's going." He's basically saying tanks are old school, drones are new school. Start investing more in that type of technology versus sort of what you would use for traditional land wars, which they're doing in Ukraine right now. We won't get into that. But
what's the actor's name that played 300?
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler played a movie protecting the president. I don't know if you guys have seen
Citizen?
this. Yeah, that's what it is. Something. Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen. My bad.
So if you can pull up Olympus Has Fallen, okay, we can't show the scene.
Angel Has Fallen. Is it Olympus?
No, Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen.
Morgan Freeman.
Drone War. I think that's the one. If you go to Olympus Has Fallen, Drone War.
When Morgan Freeman was in it, right there.
Yeah, he is.
That's our second Morgan Freeman sighting in the last day.
Guys, there is a scene. Have you guys ever seen the scene?
No.
Oh man, I can't show it to you, but there's a scene in this movie where you look up. And you see all of a sudden,
is it like these people?
That's it. But all of a sudden, you see thousands of drones coming your way. So to save the president, he had to jump underwater for everything to explode, for them to make it. And he pushes the president into the water. By the way, I'm not going to show it to the audience because it's part of the movie. But here's what it looks like. Okay, they're looking up. Okay, you see all these drones are coming. They notice all the drones that are coming up. And he goes with the boat to save them. Folks, if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're there. It's literally thousands of drones coming in one by one by one.
Wow.
They kill soldiers. They kill everybody. You can't do nothing about it but jumping in the water and going under the water. And his job is to try to save the president. It was so realistic. Oh, and by the way, this is how it comes out. Look at this. It just shoots it out like a semi-auto. You see that?
Looks like a machine gun of drones.
It's so realistic. I think Schmidt is right. I think the method of fighting and going to war today is different. And if somebody really wanted to attack, what is your method of protecting drones? How are you going to protect someone if they send thousands of drones your way? What is the cost?
We
You
don't
got to
have
build something like
an Iron Dome.
the Iron Dome. Like
yeah,
they
we
have in
need.
Israel.
I don't know why we don't have something like that because that's the threat.
Well, we have what's called the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, so we kind of have that.
Yeah, but
at
what
least
if
a defense mechanism.
We have a biodome.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Shout out to Pauly Shores.
Yeah, we don't have an Iron Dome, but we have a biodome.
The weasel.
We got some work to do, Tom. We got some work to do.
Tom, we're gonna need you on this one.
Let me tell you what we're doing for the first time. We want you to come join us on the podcast, either here or Zoom in 15, 20 minutes to give us your thoughts, except you have to get something right. Here's what it is. Number one, this is the contest. Go to vtnews.ai. When you go to vtnews.ai, Rob, if you can just go there. If you go to vtnews.ai, go to the election side to the right. Just think about picking, March Madness does what? Picking the brackets, right? You go in to vtnews.ai. You see zoom in right there, Rob, where you get to pick whatever the states are, red, blue, and with the numbers change on the top right, Rob, so they can see it. Go right there. You see how the numbers are changing? You pick your bracket. Whatever way you think it's going to end up being on election night, okay? Once you pick your numbers, you see right above it where it says upgrade to submit your prediction. You click on that. Go for it. You have to become a premium or a VT Insider, either one of them. Choose $4.99 a month or $19.99 a month. That's going to give you unlimited access to the AI. Whichever one you choose to do, we will receive your bracket prediction. Whoever is the first to do so, that wins. We're either going to invite you on a Zoom to be on a podcast with us after everything is done with, and you'll be here with the boys on PBD Podcast. Or if you choose to get your flight, come on down. You'll be with us. You're sitting right next to us, telling us how you came to the conclusion of your perfect bracket. But again, to compete, go to vtnews.ai. Go get one of these memberships. Choose your brackets, how you think it's going to end. And then once you do so, we'll have it. And by the way, if you're that confident enough, post it on Twitter under my handle so we can save it there as well. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.